On September 24, 2025, Bangkok's Samsen Road imploded before the world's eyes. But that man-made collapse is only a hint of the vast natural chasms our planet hides. We begin with Taam Ja Blue Hole in the Bahamas, a serene turquoise circle that plunges 663 feet into the sea. Deeper still yawns Mexico's Cave of Swallows, where a near-perfect shaft drops over 1,000 feet in freefall darkness. High on Venezuela's Sari-Sariñama Plateau lies Sima Humboldt, a sandstone sinkhole whose sheer walls shelter a forest sealed off for millennia. Nearby in Mexico, the thermal waters of El Zacatón conceal the world's deepest known water-filled sinkhole, a vertical labyrinth explored even by NASA robots. Belize offers the iconic Great Blue Hole, a vast round cavern visible from space, while China's Dragon Hole, the eye of the South China Sea, plunges toward a lightless realm nearly 1,000 feet down. In Europe, Croatia's iron-stained Red Lake opens into a sinkhole more than 1,700 feet deep, and Papua New Guinea's colossal Minyé sinkhole could swallow 1.5 Eiffel Towers stacked end to end. Mexico's newly measured Taam Ja Blue Hole reaches an astonishing 1,377 feet, and may go even deeper than science yet knows. And towering above them all, China's Xiaozhai Tiankeng, the heavenly pit, drops more than 2,100 feet, a super deep chasm with its own hidden rivers and rainforest. From a sudden Bangkok street collapse to these ancient vertical worlds, this is the ultimate journey into the 10 biggest sinkholes on Earth, where the ground itself reveals the planet's most breathtaking and unimaginable depths. At rank 10 sits Taam Ja Blue Hole off Long Island in the Bahamas. This submarine sinkhole plunges to about 202 meters, 663 feet deep, making it one of the deepest blue holes on Earth. At the surface, the opening is a narrow circle, roughly 25 to 35 meters in diameter. But once you descend about 20 meters, the walls open into a cavern nearly 100 meters wide. The water is astonishingly clear, visibility can reach over 100 feet, and that clarity, combined with depth, gives the sinkhole its mesmerizing, deep blue appearance. Taam Ja hosts elite freediving competitions, including the famous Vertical Blue, where divers test human limits in near weightlessness above an abyss. Geologically, Taam Ja is thought to have formed in limestone via dissolution and collapse over time, later flooded as sea levels rose. In short, what looks like a tranquil lagoon conceals an ancient, cavernous descent into the unknown. Moving to rank 9, we reach the Cave of Swallows, Sótano de las Golondrinas, in San Luis Potosí, Mexico. This is not a water-filled blue hole, but a vertical pit cave, a massive subterranean drop in dry rock. It plunges about 1,092 feet, 333 meters, straight down into darkness. Its floor is broad, covering the area of 3 football fields. Thousands of swifts and parakeets swirl in and out every dawn and dusk, turning the abyss into a living, breathing passage. Adventurous spelunkers and base jumpers regard it as one of the ultimate vertical chasms, dropping into a vertical darkness that tests human courage and respect for Earth's hidden geometry. At rank 8 sits Sima Humboldt, tucked high on the Sari-Sariñama Tepui in Venezuela. Unlike typical limestone sinkholes, Sima Humboldt formed an ancient quartzite sandstone, a rock far more resistant to erosion, making its existence all the more remarkable. It descends approximately 314 meters, 1,030 feet. Its sheer walls are vertical, dropping into a bowl at the Tepui's summit. At the bottom, an isolated forest thrives, cut off from external ecological influence for millennia. That enclosed patch has become a lost world of plants and creatures, the interior a natural laboratory, separated from the outside by cliffs and air. Rank 7 goes to El Zacatón in Tamaulipas, Mexico, a water-filled cenote and often considered the deepest known of its kind. With an estimated depth of 339 meters, 1,112 feet, it challenges divers with cold water, tight passages, and geothermal currents. NASA's autonomous underwater vehicle, DepthX, explored Zacatón in 2007 to 2008, unveiling microbial life and complex underwater tunnels. Its surface is frequently dotted by free-floating grass islands of zacate, a local reed, creating a surreal image of grass islands hovering over an abyss. Rank 6 is the famed Great Blue Hole off Belize's Lighthouse Reef. Though more modest in depth, around 124 meters, 410 feet, it is enormous in scale and fame, over 300 meters across. Jacques Cousteau heralded it as one of the world's top dive sites. Beneath its surface, tilted stalactites and stalagmites attest to a time when sea levels were lower and the cave was dry. As the sea rose, the cave flooded and collapsed, making the massive underwater sinkhole we see today. Its perfect circular shape, deep darkness, and clarity from above make it visible even from space, a haunting reminder of hidden underworlds beneath coral reef surfaces. For rank 5, we travel to the South China Sea, where the dragon hole, Yongle Blue Hole, resides. Measured at approximately 300 meters deep, it was once thought the deepest blue hole on Earth. Its upper layers teem with life, but below a certain depth, the water becomes anoxic, devoid of oxygen, preventing most marine life from surviving further down. That boundary creates a strange environment: life above, oblivion below. The contrast underscores how extreme depth often means extreme conditions, not more of what we know, but what Earth rarely allows. At rank 4 lies Red Lake, Crveno jezero, in Imotski, Croatia, a water-filled karst sinkhole with vertical walls of iron-rich rock, hence its red hue. The lake occupies the bottom of the sinkhole, and the total depth of the pit is about 530 meters, 1,740 feet, while the lake's depth is nearer 290 meters. That combination of vertical cliffs, spectral water, and seasonal water level changes have made Red Lake a geological challenge and a subject of deep exploration for decades. Its sheer scale in Europe's karst country has fascinated speleologists and photographers alike. The rank 3 position is held by the Minyé sinkhole on New Britain Island, Papua New Guinea. This cavern plunges roughly 510 meters, 1,673 feet deep, and spans more than 350 meters width in places. Some say it could swallow 1.5 Eiffel Towers laid end to end within its walls. Minyé is carved in limestone karst, fed by heavy tropical rains and subterranean channels that have continued to dissolve and expand its cavernous network over millennia. At its base, a powerful underground river system flows, highlighting how water shapes greatness not just on the surface, but deep below. Runner-up at rank 2 is Taam Ja Blue Hole, TJBH, in Chetumal Bay, Mexico. A recent remeasurement in 2024 placed its depth at 420 meters, 1,377 feet, making it currently the deepest known blue hole in the world. It lies in marine water, but cuts deep into older carbonate rock. The name in Mayan means deep water, a fitting term for what remains one of our planet's most extreme natural vertical shafts. Because its bottom remains unconfirmed, the full depth may yet stretch even further. Finally, at rank 1, we crown Xiaozhai Tiankeng, often called the Heavenly Pit, in Fengjie County, Chongqing, China. This is arguably the largest open sinkhole ever documented. Its opening spans 626 meters in length and 537 meters in width, and its vertical drop ranges between 511 and 662 meters, 1,667 to 2,172 feet. It's a double-nested bowl. The upper bowl drops 320 meters, the lower bowl drops 342 meters, with an intermediate terrace in between. The cave system beneath, called the Defeng Cave, is fed by a powerful underground river that drops 364 meters over 8.5 kilometers before emerging into another gorge. More than 1,285 plant species inhabit the pit walls and floor, including ancient ginkgo trees and species typically found nowhere else. Rare animals, clouded leopards and giant salamanders, have also been recorded. Because of its depths, in the rainy season, water pours from the rim like waterfalls into the chasm. A dramatic 2,800-step staircase enables visitors to descend, but the scale remains humbling. A vertical drop deeper than many skyscrapers, yet fully enveloped in living, breathing geology. Beyond the numbers, what links these 10 marvels is a deeper narrative of Earth's hidden architecture and relentless power. For one, karst geology dominates many of these sinkholes. Limestone and carbonate rock dissolve slowly in rainwater over millions of years, creating hidden voids and underground rivers. When ceilings collapse or subterranean chambers erode, giant sinkholes open. The blue holes, Dean, Dragon, Taam Ja, are often flooded karst caverns that submerged when sea levels rose after the last ice age. In other cases, shear collapse by mechanical failure because of rock strength or subsidence plays the dominant role. Secondly, ecosystems in isolation abound in these depths. Xiaozhai has its own microclimate. Sima Humboldt shelters forest life cut off from the plateau above. Zacatón, with thermal springs, hosts extremophile microbes. In all, life finds a way even in vertical isolation. These sinkholes become vertical sanctuaries, conserving biodiversity and holding clues to evolution, geology, and water cycles. Third, myth, exploration, and danger intersect in every story. Legends swirl around swallowed caverns and devil pits. Humans have risked freediving abyssal depths, rappelling into vertical caves, or drilling and mapping unknown passages. Many sinkholes remain only partially explored, bottoms still unknown. Every expedition risks equipment loss, hypoxia, gas hazards, unpredictable currents, and technical failures. Finally, these sinkholes remind us that Earth's crust is not a monolithic shield, but a dynamic, living interface. Ground we consider stable, city streets, forests, reefs, can be underlain by voids or fissures we've yet to perceive. The Bangkok collapse was a mild warning. These 10 sinkholes are Earth's grander whispers, that deep beneath our feet lies a world of scale, mystery, and power.